Hello, Mr. Mailer here, your online math teacher, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be continuing a video series on TI tips, and in particular we're going to be looking at the binomial PDF function on your TI-84 calculators. So if you find this video helpful, consider hitting the like button and subscribing, and let's go. So let's look at the scenario and the question we want to answer first. So the scenario we have here is you and two friends are rolling dice for fun. You are going to win if a 1 or a 2 is rolled, and one of your two friends will win if a 3, 4, 5, or 6 is rolled. So, the question we want to answer is, what is the probability that you win 50 times in 100 rolls? And we're going to let x be our random variable and define it to be how many times 1 or 2 is rolled out of the 100 rolls. Now, this is in fact a binomial setting. X is a binomial random variable. You can confirm this for yourself by checking that BINS acronym. So, is it a binary option, successes and failures? Yes, a success is rolling a 1 or a 2, a failure is a 3, 4, 5, or 6. Are all the rolls independent? Yes, they are independent of each other. One roll is not going to affect the other. Do we have a fixed number of trials from the outset? Yes, at 100 rolls. And the probability does not change for any of these, so it's always going to be 1/3 probability that you win. So probability of success stays the same. So this is definitely binomial. Now, you can always try to answer a question like this by hand first. So the following would be my formula to compute that binomial probability. So you would win exactly 50 times in those 100 rolls. And this is actually not too unreasonable to be able to do by hand here. The only thing you might, as long as you have a calculator on you at least, the only thing that might be challenging is if you don't remember what this notation here on the left is, that 100 over the 50, so that coefficient there, binomial coefficient. But outside of that, it wouldn't be too bad. And the good thing is, if you were taking, say, AP Statistics in high school, this formula is on your formula sheet. So this is your formula sheet. You can see the binomial formula is right here. So you would know that much. But you don't always want to do it by hand. Depending on time, you might choose to evaluate this with a calculator instead. So what I want to do is show you how we can do this on the TI-84. So I'm going to pull up my TI-84 emulator here. And this is the binomial PDF function, so a point distribution function. We're trying to find the probability, the binomial probability at the exact value of 50 here. So what we're going to do is we need to go to distributions. So this little blue button above our variables key. So we'll hit second, then variables. Then we are going to scroll down until we get to our binomial PDF function. You're going to want to make sure you do PDF, not CDF. So CDF is cumulative distribution function. We are only interested in what's going on at the specific value of 50 here. So we'll hit enter, and your calculator will ask you to input some information. If it's newer, older versions might not do this, and you'll need to know what order to plug them into your calculator. But we are doing 100 trials. The probability that we are successful is 1 in 3 for each of those trials. And we want to know what's the probability that we're going to win exactly 50 out of those 100 times. So once you've entered all that information, you'll end up hitting paste here. So older versions, you might have to know the order that you're going to put them in here. But once you have it, you can just hit enter, and it's going to give us our probability. So it's very low here. This is in decimal form. So this is about, let's see, 0.02% chance. So it's probably not going to happen. Now, how can you write this on your form to get credit if you were on the AP exam is key to getting your points. You need to make sure you specify what 100, 1/3, and 50 are on your sheet. So what you would want to write here is you're going to want to write binomial PDF. So you're emphasizing what the function is. And we're writing the correct order here. So just like we see on here, we're going to write 100, 1/3, and 50, but you need to specify n is equal to 100, p is equal to 1/3, and this little x is equal to 50. So if you write this on your AP exam, and this is about 0.0002, 0.0002, this will get you your credit. If you were to accidentally not write N, P, and X, and were to write, so if you drop them and just write binompdf 100, 1/3, and 50, they will not give you credit. That's because different calculators could be perform differently. This is very specific in what each of these values represent. Now, a lot of teachers will recommend you don't use the calculator notation because it's easy to make that mistake. What you might be better off doing is write this formula here, then go to your calculator, use your calculator, evaluate it, and just write that this line up here is about 0.0002. If you ignored that second line with my calculator speak and wrote that first line, that would be good enough to get you credit because they'd see, okay, you're using the formula and this is about what it turns out to be. The main thing is they need to know how you're evaluating it with the formula or with the calculator. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, hit the like button and have an awesome day.